Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is week, I'm going to say 16, maybe give or take, 15.
No, well, we just had 15. We
just
had
had 15.
16.
Yeah, week 15, we're going into week 16. And as you can see, we have Steve with me today. Again, we're going to make the day nice and easy. Evening, Gary. Nice and easy, pretty quick. The season is coming to a close. We have about 6 weeks left, if I'm getting my maths right. About 6 weeks left because the season
September 7th, I think.
Yeah,
is the final.
September 7th is the last. Yeah, so about 6 weeks. Oh, my maths isn't terrible at all. Off a guess. Lovely stuff.
Sounds about right. But I'm fairly sure we've got action every single week leading up.
Yes. So because the playoffs starts. I was gonna say this weekend. The Division 1 playoff start. Is it this weekend?
I've got it all written down. Hold on. Let me. Yeah. So I because we need to get it added to the website, so I had to send it to our web developer today. So I wrote it all down, and it's something like 27 games to go, but that also includes 4 for the Prem, something like that.
There's 1 week left for the Premiership on Sunday.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not this week. Everyone keeps thinking it's this week. It's not. It's it's like 3 weeks time.
Yeah, this week. So this week is the final of the Premiership division. So there's no. I don't believe there's any other games this week until next week.
No, that's wrong. Hold on. Let me tell you. Right.
The 9th of August. So yeah, I'm seeing it now. The 9th of August is the 9th and the 10th are the last two are the last games of the Premiership.
Correct.
Why is it?
So let me tell. Yeah, I'll explain to you. So this was week 15. Week 16 is coming up this Sunday.
Yes.
There are 8 games. So you've got the 2 quarterfinals for the Div 1 North, 2 quarterfinals for the Div 1 South, 2 semi-finals for the Div 2 North, and the 2 semi-finals for the Div 2 South.
Right.
And we're going to live stream the Oxford. So one of the Div 2 South semis, Oxford Saints versus Cornwall Monarchs.
Okay.
Hello, everyone that's coming to say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Watching the Sport Tank Overtime. Yeah, I know, man. This is our 4th live stream, 4th day of live streaming. I think I'm getting divorced.
That's not even a funny joke to joke around.
No, it'd be good. Well, because it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because then I can do more Sport Tank stuff. Think about that. Think about full-time Sport Tank, Steve. Oh. Think of all the trouble I could get us into, Mike.
No. Look, anyway, we need no more trouble. We need peace. We need tranquility. We need just everything back to normal. Just keep it how it is. No stress. No drama.
Everything's going fine.
Yeah, everything's going fine. That's all we need.
So the week after, week 17, there's 4 games, which are all the Div 1 semi-finals, Div 1 North, Div 1 South semi-finals.
Yes.
And then we've got just week 18 is that just those Prem games. So 4 Prem games.
Yeah, no, it's 5 Prem games because 2 are on the Saturday and then 3 are on the Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know there was 2 on the Saturday, which is the first.
So the 2 on the Saturday are Manchester Titans versus Coventry Jets. Coventry Phoenix, sorry. Thinking about old school. And
you say the Jets?
Yeah, I said Jets. And then we've got Bristol Aztecs versus London.
Right. Now that's another complaint that we got coming our way. Thanks, Micah.
Look, it's not a problem. It's a simple mistake. And
no, it's not good enough, mate. You should go better.
Look, we had 8. Look, all right, cool.
So this weekend coming, we've got all of the quarterfinals from Div 1 and all of the semi-finals from Div 2. That's essentially it. All
right. So it seems like there is a decent set of games to be played as well going through. But we had 18 games. We had 18 games on yesterday. and a lot had. Some were just Cornwall. Oh wow. So it seems like there's a lot of shockers. I will have to admit. No,
quickly, I just want to check. Was half of nothing? Doesn't that multiply into something? I can't remember my maths.
We are going
somewhere infinity. Sorry, go on. You go on. I'll be quiet. I don't know why you guys want me on here. I just fuck around.
Yes. So we had 18 games this weekend, and
yes,
funny enough, one game this weekend. So from Division 2, one game this weekend in Division 2 was basically you're in the playoffs. We had Cornwall Monarchs versus Swindon Storm.
Yes.
And the Cornwall Monarchs won the game 16-13, and Cornwall Monarchs are in the playoffs.
And we are live streaming their game in the playoffs this Sunday.
From an expectation of them not potentially even making it or not being.
Well, hold on. If I remember rightly,
I didn't expect
season, they were expected. They were predicted to be bottom and Plymouth be top. Right,
yeah. And they show above Cornwall. So look, there's a lot of things that I will bite the bullet, and I will say that I was wrong with my prediction at the beginning of the season. Right. Yes, I picked Plymouth to be better than Cornwall, but obviously it seems like Cornwall have a lot more oomph in themselves now.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome the amount of turmoil that organisation has gone through, to even become the Monarchs, I know it's a few years back now, but it's a tough thing to navigate, and it's great to see them now having a playoff season.
Yeah.
You said we would fold this year.
They folded this year. I don't recall saying any team.
Who said that? Send us the clip, Dan.
Unless
I'll post it.
There's only one person I'll believe that you folded, and he hasn't been here for 6 weeks.
Is that how long he's not been here? I don't watch the show, so I didn't know. He'll be watching though, probably.
Yeah. So he is not about. I don't know where that.
Well, he might join late. He just said he'd be a bit late today, didn't he?
What good-looking scouts? There's no good-looking.
I don't know. I've never heard. That's like an oxymoron.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a good-looking scouts either. So,
thanks.
So congratulations to Cornwall making to the playoffs. Hopefully you can take a deep run. But you do have tough competition in Oxford Saints, where you are traveling. From last year, Oz and Micah saying cutting off Cornwall to stop us playing football to the playoffs up the Monarchs. That was last season. Last season is last season. That's not this season. So
Ripple changes. Changes in the year.
Every changes within a week. Is kind of crazy. Oxford is going to be a tough one, but we will get into that. We've got
to look back before we look forward, right?
Let's run through
week 15 first.
Let's run through the week, and we will go through. Next up, we have Oxford in the Division 2 East. Oxford Saints 15, Ouse Valley Eagles 17. Now,
good result for
it's a great result for Ouse Valley, but they don't make playoffs.
No,
because Ipswich Cardinals were just that better. Now the question is, did Oxford Saints even play any of their starters, or did they just have backups in game time? It's not an excuse, but it is one of those ones you don't technically want to go into a playoff game with a loss. It's not ideal.
No, I know. I don't. I feel that it is dishonourable to Ouse Valley to make that suggestion. I think. Oxford are at home, right? Ouse Valley travelled to go there. That late in the season, were predicted to lose and came out with a win, 2-point win. So, I just think to say that was Oxford losing it rather than Ouse Valley winning it, I don't think that's fair. I think we take it at face value, and I don't think it's a game that Oxford would have wanted to lose. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they would have wanted to win that game, right? So
17 zip at halftime for Ouse Valley.
Oh, so there was a comeback from.
There was a comeback, so that means
there was a comeback, but not quite enough.
But it also doesn't sound very great because that means you didn't score in the second half at all. But your defense was able to keep Oxford away enough to keep up, which again is a great achievement as well.
Just a good comment here from so I'm looking over here because I can see the chat for Instagram, and Adam said, "Did Saints?" And I thought this: did Saints even have backups last year? They were struggling for numbers, so I don't think their squad's got that enough depth to have.
That's true.
I think we need to give credit where it's due here to Ouse Valley. That's a great win for them, especially going 17-0 up. But kudos to the Saints for clawing back and almost getting it. But
yeah, that's true.
What this person's asking?
I'm just
on the screen.
I'm just ignoring. I'm just ignoring the weird comments that have been coming through. I'm just leaving it alone. And next up in that division, we had Ipswich Cardinals 24, Norwich Devils 0. Great win for Ipswich. Obviously, Norwich Devils haven't been great at all year.
I think Ipswich have been pretty good this year as well. I saw them play against Oxford. We live streamed that, and good Div 2 side. Norwich have been a bit of a yo-yo club in terms of performances, haven't they? I don't mean in terms of relegation promotion, but just like one year they're
good, and then the next year
exceptionally good, and then they just take dips. And I wonder what that is. I mean, a lot of people will always point to the amount of
Americans that they probably have.
Americans, but then you've got that. I suppose you've got that for Ipswich to a degree. You've got that with Cambridgeshire. When I saw them yesterday, they're two. Arguably, they're two. I say less two of their best players rather than saying it is their two best. Two of their best players are Americans that they're going to be losing before next game.
Just reading the comment from Charlie Push. Not surprising when the Devils GM boyfriend is running the show. He made all the decisions last year, including turning away 3 ex-players because he didn't like them. Then weeks later, he had to forfeit a game.
So there's a little bit of politics there.
Yeah, now he's the head coach this year and has pushed out many players and coaches he don't like and stand up to him. Norwich will be a sinking ship while the current head coach and GM are in the club.
Right.
Shame that.
Look,
there's always the little pettiness. Pettiness doesn't grow the game, and the way that it's going, the game's not going to grow because there's a lot. I think I've said it multiple times. The game in this country, the product in the country isn't great. There's 5 teams, give or take, that could give you a good showing when they actually are on form. But everywhere else, there's not a great product to be like the investors would want to back or try and get anything going, and it's difficult.
Well, it's interesting because I seen recently, and they've kept very quiet and under the radar because I've been quite critical of them. But the UKFL, which should have launched multiple times now, they've got a new date. They've got a new, I think it's 2026. They've pushed it out to. I'll have to check the website, but they do have new people, new faces, new investors in.
What are they showing the investors?
They've just gone like radio silent. Like there's nothing. They were doing loads of NFL posts, which was a bit weird. But let me just see if I can pull out their website. But that would be a pro or aiming to be a pro league. Let me just see what they're. I almost posted about it. I thought I can't be bothered. May 2027. May 2027.
Fair enough.
Their latest launch.
Look, if it happens to go ahead, then I'll be intrigued to see how everything goes. It's always good if it can go off, but again,
I just feel like Britball's being chatted up by them, and I said that before. It's like we're drunk at the bar, and they're just whispering all the sweetness into our ear, getting us nice and moist, Micah. Saying everything we want to hear, so that we go with them and we get excited. And that's my problem is that, and unfortunately, the dude in charge of it has got a really poor history of doing this again and again and over, trying to create spin-off leagues, trying to create a streaming thing, and then just had loads of trouble with everything. And he's got good intentions. He's trying to do good stuff for the sport, but he's just not the right guy.
Yeah, it's always I'm no businessman. I don't know how hard it is to do it. But as an ex-player, ex-coach who's been in this game for the past 13, 14 years, it's difficult to run things. It's difficult for things to go when no one believes anything and everyone is now disappearing over to Europe. A lot of people are trying to go over to the States to play at college or
sport tank.
So there's a lot of things that are running, but we digress. We go to leagues.
No, this is the show.
No,
this is what people came for.
Yes, but we're going through the results first.
Whatever.
During the playoffs. We got Division 2 Midlands, Lancashire Buccaneers 34, Lincolnshire Bombers.
Yeah, Lancashire and Lincolnshire. Yeah, I always get mixed up. But
so if I am correct, that means Lancashire Buccaneers have made playoffs.
Yep.
They will be in there with the Leicester Panthers, who are 8-0. It's going to be a difficult situation.
No, from what I can tell, they're going to be playing Humber.
No, they'll be playing Humber, but I mean in that division.
Those two. Yeah. Sorry.
So it's been that was their last game of the season, and it looks like Mateo will be playing another game.
Man, that's cool. So that's cool. Like, this is their first year. Well, I know that they were the Wolverines, but this is their first year in existence as the Buccaneers. Yeah. Ridiculous amount of change, and that's really hard to navigate sometimes, right? So to do that and to get results on the field and get postseason football. First time of asking, that deserves a little bit of credit and attention. I think.
Yeah, so
it's applaudable.
It's like last year with the Essex Trident. That was a newly combined team, and they made playoffs, I believe, and they obviously got promoted to Division 1. So it's definitely looking good for them as well. Next up, we are going to Division 2 in the North. We have Humber Warhawks 24, Gateshead Senators 0.
Yeah,
it's not a surprise victory.
Yeah, but those are the two. Those are the two representatives going into the playoffs. So great for Humber. Like I'm pleased for Humber. Like I like Humber. I think they're a good side. But yeah, that doesn't bode well that there's that big of a void between the top two.
Yep. It was. I'm not shocked that Humber won, but I'm shocked that Gateshead Senators didn't get on the board at all. That is probably the bigger shock. Now,
but then, could that be? Could that be the whole that type of that game to travel to is quite far? It doesn't actually mean anything. They're in the playoffs. I don't know.
True, it is true, and Humber. I think whoever got put in front of Humber, I think they were gonna walk all over them regardless.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. And then the other game in that division, final game, Doncaster Mustangs 10, Wakefield District Raiders 28. Again, it's not. Unfortunately, both of these teams.
Raiders. I love them. I need to get a Raiders t-shirt.
Look, both of those two teams weren't making the playoffs. Doncaster actually went 0-8. They've conceded 291 points and scored 115. It's difficult for Doncaster Mustang. I don't know what the catchment area is out there. I don't know if they have other teams that they're battling for players with. But the fact that they finished all 8 games is always a credit because not many teams can actually do that. So it's very difficult.
I think we're scraping a barrel with that.
Yeah. So
well done for completing the fixtures that you signed up for.
Not a lot of people do finish them. This is probably the first year that we've had not a lot of forfeits. We've had 2 forfeits, 3, give or take. Usually
one in the Prem. I remember that was the Newcastle Vikings.
And usually there's at least
and again that's another failure for that dude that runs the UKFL. He runs the Vikings as well. It's all falling apart because the head coach left them as well, and he's been buddies with him. So yeah. So anyway, Doncaster is to the northeast of Sheffield, to the southwest of Scunthorpe.
So they're not going to get a lot of players because people will either go Scunthorpe Alphas or they'll go to Sheffield Giants.
Yeah, I think they've got a catchment area. I think what would be better to see is like the populations of these areas
just come as one and become one team.
Have a little look at how many people are there, because you look at like a place like London, hell of a lot of people. It can absorb teams, it can have teams. That's fine, it works. But when it gets less, get into these less populous areas outside of these major cities, it's a bit tougher. So I would welcome an adjustment to the league that took that into account. Not just 20 minutes drive or 15 miles or whatever, but actually population density of whatever the area. So if you're in somewhere a little bit more remote, you've actually got a bigger catchment area
to pick up players.
Then to draw from. Then and obviously major cities are major cities. Like you've got a Manchester or Birmingham or whatever. Like that you don't want to divide that thing up like a pizza. You just sort of say like you're in Birmingham and that you've got the Birmingham catchment area, but it's big enough to have two clubs or whatever.
Yeah. And it. So that makes it's interesting how all that works, but
it doesn't work.
It doesn't matter, does it? So we're gonna move on to that was the end of Division 2, and we're moving up to Division 1. Now we're gonna start off with Division 1 West in the south. We have Somerset Wyverns. God, I hate saying that name sometimes. 0.
Wyverns, yeah.
Bournemouth Bobcats 20. Great victory for Bournemouth, finishing off the season strong with a solid victory. Somerset, unfortunately, have gone 0-8. This is probably, I think this might be the worst offense in the entire.
Are they the team that haven't scored a point? Or they've only scored 7 points?
Yeah, they've scored 7 and they've conceded 390.
Like less than 1 point a game they've scored.
Yeah, it's not. So they're definitely playing someone in division in.
No, they're Div 2, aren't they?
They have to play someone in Division 2, no? They have a full.
Oh yeah, they're Div 1, aren't they? Of course they do. Yeah.
So they'll play someone in Division
2. They're the banker team that's definitely in the bottom.
Yeah.
They take the bottom 3 teams and then they rank them.
Oh, apparently the game ended in the third quarter due to a player injury, a Somerset player injury in the third quarter. Hate hearing about injuries like that. That's not.
Yeah.
It's tough, especially when you play the game to enjoy it, and then obviously it's a freak. Most of them are freak accidents. Most of them are freak injuries due to the ground, due to just a wrong tackle.
And I would say the vast majority are completely unintentional. It's like no one's going out to actually try and hurt someone. You want to beat someone, right? Like there's a difference between defeating someone within the framework of the game and actually trying to injure them, right?
Yeah.
I don't, and you do get people that do try and hurt people, but I would say that that's very rare now in Britball.
Definitely.
It just doesn't happen so often, and if it does, send us the footage. We'll post it.
Now, I just hope that the player is okay. I hope that it's nothing too serious. It's a major injury, so.
Oh, good. No broken bones.
Not all head injuries, so that's good.
That's really
hopefully good. He will be able to rest up. They will be able to rest up whoever it is, and then they'll be totally fine. But in that same division, we also had Solent Thrashers 33 beating South Wales Warriors 7. Wow. That's a statement by the Solent Thrashers.
They're like, it's great because like some of their results earlier in the season were like very fine lines, weren't they? 1 pointer, 2 pointer, and then this is a big statement kicking into the postseason. Exactly what the Solent Thrashers needed to do, they've done. Like they're flying into the postseason.
They definitely needed it, especially with the
no pun intended. Obviously, a thrasher is a bird, and birds fly. Right.
Especially with the first game where I believe South Wales came back to beat Thrashers at their home ground. So I guess this was a very big victory for them as well, being sort of a comeuppance and not letting go of a lead and not throwing the victory away. And again, they will be playing their first game against Portsmouth Dreadnoughts in the Division 1 playoffs as well.
Yeah, big game. That's this weekend.
Yeah, it's good. Look, there's a lot of games going on this weekend, but
that one's quite a big rivalry just because of the number of players that
left
and the coach that left Portsmouth and joined Solent this year.
Oh wow!
So I wouldn't say it's like bad blood.
It's not.
Like, it's just rivalry, you know. Like a lot of them know each other, you know. It'll be a good game. It'll be a really good game.
Gosh, and it's crazy. South Wales have a number 68. That's about 7 foot run game was good, but pass game just wasn't there. Yeah.
I thought they were losing 7-3. Wow.
Yeah. It's insane. But seeing as we're talking about the rivalry game, Portsmouth in the Division 1 Central, Portsmouth beat Sussex Thunder 50-3. They put a 50 burger on their final game of the season going into the playoffs against Solent, which now seems like that game is going to be very, very interesting on how.
Yeah, it's a good game. It'll be a good game. Obviously, we'll talk about predictions later, but like, both teams are positive. Both teams are sort of on the up. You know, like having the winning seasons, getting into the postseason,
and then
and yeah, like I said, like they're local rivals as well. The old Portsmouth versus Southampton.
It's gonna be crazy.
So yeah, it's good. It's just like there's a lot about it. There's a lot to it. It's going to be a really good game.
I am liking the way that some of these matchups are coming across because it's fun. It's also just like I didn't expect Portsmouth to be in the position to get to the playoffs. I think in that division they were 3, but I think because they beat Blitz in the second time rounds, they took it, and obviously Blitz B threw away. Which congratulations to Portsmouth at the same time because they showed up when it counted and they beat who was right in front of them, and they did their job.
I think we live streamed that one. That was a good game,
and they did their job. But we're going to move to the SC Division 1 East in the South. Now, we had a game this weekend that was win and you're number 1. Win and you stay.
O's and Mavericks.
O's and the Mavericks. Now, the O's and the Mavericks, this game finished 12-14 to East Kent, who are now the Conference East Division 1 champions. They are, I'm sorry, I need to just look because I can't actually think of what position they will be in. They are second in that division.
Let me just answer this question. Someone's asked me about the stream. No, it's not. We're not doing this. We're doing Oxford, Cornwall. I would have done Solent, Portsmouth, but Solent were one of the teams that boycotted us, so I can't do it.
Well, whatever has happened, we are just going to move. We're going to carry on and just promote.
Yeah, we'll work with like whatever.
Everything goes. But London Olympians versus East Kent Mavericks. The first game, I believe, finished 1 point difference. If I'm going mad, but
what game? Sorry,
Olympians and East Kent Mavericks. The first time they met, the game was. I can't see it. I actually can't see their last. Oh, the last game they played this season was 6-7. 6-7 to Olympians. So It was definitely a very interesting game, and East Kent Mavericks pulled it off because Adam, thank you very much. Maz versus Ols was a great game to play. Ols missed the 2-point to draw and clinched the division. Wow. So Ols had the chance to win it, and obviously you risk it. When you go for 2 points conversion, you risk it. It happens. And the Mavericks, as I said at the beginning of the season, I expect to see the finals to actually be the Wembley Stallions versus the Mavs, who, again, the Stallions are number 1. And they ran roughshod through their division, the Central Division, this season. So it'll be interesting to see what happens against whoever they play, Portsmouth or Solent. Who knows? But in that same division, we had Colchester Gladiators 24, Kent Exiles 18. This game really didn't mean much, but it's great for Colchester to get promoted from Division 2, come up to Division 1 and sort of stabilize themselves as a decent outfit, finishing third in that division.
That's a good year for them. That's a really good year for them.
Only conceding 90 points and only scoring 126. So they are in a tough division in the Division 1. There's no lies about that. I think that division was always going to be difficult, especially with two powerhouses with East Kent and the Olympians in there. So congratulations to Colchester. They didn't do too bad, winning 4 games, losing 3. No, they must have won 5 games.
No, they were 4-3-1. They ended on
4-3-1. Yes, the tie.
Just over a 50% win percentage, which is good. That's a winning season.
Yeah,
that's good stuff. And then conversely, you look at the Kent Exiles below them. They ended up 1-6-1, which I would have never have said.
No,
especially on the momentum from last year. Exiles are a decent side, but they just didn't get the results this year.
No, and I believe they didn't have they didn't have a QB for 3 games. I believe they had a safety playing QB for 3 games. And this is where the problem is with having enough players, I guess, where in certain positions it becomes hard to win certain games. But the season's over. Both teams fought well. But enjoy the off season and rest up and come back next season harder and stronger. But Division 1 Midlands, man, Sandwell Steelers 10, Northant Knights 6. For Sandwell Steelers, I expected them to get a stronger win going into the playoffs. But now I need some clarification here.
Right.
So are Norfolk Knights in the playoffs, or is it Staffordshire Surge? Because if I'm
the Knights.
So because both teams finished 3 and 4.
Yeah,
3-4-1. So that means did the Knights beat Surge?
Hold on. No, they didn't. No. So the Knights finished 3-3-1 and the Surge finished 3-4-1. The Knights had a game cancelled, which then boosts their win percentage, even though they got the same number of wins. That then tips them over. That gives them a 50% win percentage.
So the walkout, so the
Staffordshire Surge is 43.8%.
Wow. So the cancelled game
made the difference. And the cancelled game would have also made it's hard to tell, right? Because you don't know what that cancelled game outcome was. But so if the Knights had lost that cancelled game, they would have ended with the same record as the Surge, and then it would have gone head to head, which I can look at. If the Revolution had lost that game, they would have finished bottom instead of the Birmingham Bulls.
Yeah.
And they would be in the Gulag game, right? So like the Bulls are livid about this.
Wow.
And rightly so.
But the issue is that was early in the season, so I'm sort of kind of confused how that didn't get rescheduled.
Well, the other thing is that Gulag game, if you like, the playoff isn't until the end of August. So we've got
the 31st
weeks with a number of available referees because there's fewer games to get it played. But
the issue is I believe they want. So the way that I've always loved the fact that the season finishes bank holiday weekend, because I've always thought that would be the best time for a player, but obviously it's not, because the Premiership Championship game is obviously the week later. But at the same time, you can only beat who's in front of you. And congratulations to Norfolk Knights on making the playoffs.
The Northant Knights had the head-to-head anyway with 8 points over the season. They went 1-1 against each other, but counting up the points, they had the 8-point advantage. So the Knights, even if that game had been played, would have got it. Yeah.
Wow, that is congratulations, Northant. Looks like you lot are making the playoffs, and unfortunately, you will have to play Scunthorpe Alphas. Now but the other downside to that is that whoever wins that game will have to travel to Scotland. So I don't envy either one of you, but let's go up to the Division 1 in the north, where we have Yorkshire Rams, the lead frontrunner in Division 1 up north. 14-9, Sheffield Giants 6. They absolutely just ran away with that division. First of all,
but the Giants ended up being like if I remember right, they had an 0-8 season, right? So it was top v bottom.
Yep, 0-8. They scored 61 points and conceded 286. It's difficult. I'm going to be honest. It's difficult sometimes for these teams. And funny enough, Yorkshire Rams are the only reason why they're not in the Premiership this year is because they had Nottingham Caesars last year.
Yeah.
So the fact that they had Nottingham Caesars last year, and now that they just carried on with the same momentum, running through
the Giants, they've actually they're the other team in Div 1 North that are playing in a promotion relegation game. So they'll face either Humber or Lancashire.
Oh, and the way that they were looking for players before the deadline, offering free
subs. I can recall that. Yeah,
free subs, and I don't know if they got any extras or what, but it's difficult sometimes. And sometimes situations like this is where, when we were talking about the catchment area, where I feel like if you have 2 or 3 other teams around you, I feel sometimes combining teams makes a big difference. Essex Tridents, Lincolnshire Buccaneers, the combinations help because at least you then have, that you have enough players, that you can actually get a really worthwhile trading sessions done without trying to struggle and having people play both ways. So it's a difficult thing. Again, like I said prior, the product isn't great just for situations like this as well. So it's always going to be a tough outing going forward. But in Scotland, it looks like the Glasgow Tigers have no problems this week. Clyde Valley Black Hawk 0. Glasgow Tigers 47. Going into the playoffs again, they get a bye week. They look like they're ready to try and make a run for the playoffs. Get the run for the promotion. Now,
I don't know how that promotion will work.
So I believe because Newcastle Vikings forfeited a game, they're automatically put down to Division 1. So it is pretty much whoever makes the finals are both promoted.
Both promoted. So that would be. I was going to say that would be. I was just looking at the bracket. Obviously, we haven't seen the game yet. But yeah, so it, one of those 2 of those 6 teams
are going straight.
Will be going up just from getting through to winning the semi-final. Gets you promoted essentially. Yeah.
Okay. So technicalities are unfortunately a thing, but it's also good because Scotland have 2 teams in the Prem. One team.
They did at the beginning.
One team in the Prem. They will have 2. They potentially could have 2 teams again. Yeah. But that is that for Division 1, and we're going to go to the Premiership South now. London Blitz 13, London Warriors 24.
You were at this game, right?
Yes, I was at this game.
And you're a Blitz fanboy, right?
No, I'm an American football fanboy. I don't have any loyalties to any teams.
Come on.
I've said it from day dot. I've always been unbiased, regardless of what team I'm talking about. I never ever want anyone to feel that I just pick because of where I've played or who are on teams. I look at everything.
Right. Who did you want to win that game?
Oh, Warriors were going to win that game.
Who did you? No. Who did you want to win the game? Not who did you pick? Heart over head.
Heart over head?
Yeah.
I would have enjoyed to see Warriors and Blitz in the playoffs, but I knew it was never going to happen because
that's not the question I asked, Micah. Stop avoiding it. It's okay.
I don't have.
Okay to say the Blitz. It's okay to say the Blitz.
Well, I don't. The thing is, I didn't know who I wanted to win that. Well, I knew who was going to win that game. I would have enjoyed.
I'm moving you. So you were in the game. I was not expecting an 11-point difference and two. Well, I don't know how the points racked up, but it looks like a 2-score game.
It was
2 scores for the Blitz. Was it 2 touchdowns?
Touchdown and a field goal
to get 13 points.
13. No, it was It was 2 touchdowns and a missed. The first PAT was missed. It was too low. Hit the back of, I believe, the long snapper's helmet.
Right. Which is hilarious.
But Blitz's first touchdown was a bad snap on a punt. Went over the punter's head.
Right.
And basically they got it and ran it back in. It was very, the ball went over the head of the punter about 10 yards. So it was very close to the end zone and they ran it in. The game was a lot closer, just like as Dee said, Blitz got closer than they thought. And they didn't even have a QB playing at QB. They had a tight end playing at QB as well. So
what was he like? Some gargantuan QB then?
No, it was Jake Moody. I can't remember what yours.
You know his name. You got his number on your phone. Stop acting up.
No, I actually stop. You're trying it. No, but I will say something though. That field, I forgot how bad.
It's awful. But
when it rains,
I think it might have been a picture you posted. Just mud.
It was just mud. It was terrible. I believe there were a couple of injuries on both sides of the ball because I feel like players got their foot stuck, twisted. It got twisted wrong. So there was a few injuries here and there, which sucks because as a team that is one of the top teams in the country, there should be a way that the field shouldn't look so bad. I
can remember playing on that field like 15 years ago, going in for a tackle and tripping up on a tuft of grass, right? Yeah. So this isn't a recent thing. No, and I've heard whispers the last couple of years that they're going to get it resurfaced and it's going to get
it has been
or whatever.
It's been resurfaced before. It will never go to 4G because there is one. I believe there's one javelin thrower that practices there. So
get to throw it the other way.
you can't technically. It won't be allowed to change. But
the game snap his javelins. Yeah, there's ways around this.
But as a whole, the game itself.
Surely there's like an Astro-friendly javelin that it's got like a rubber ball on the end of it.
Yeah, but I guess if he's trying to make,
I just feel like there's a creative solution to this that the Blitz are looking into.
I don't think it's up to the Blitz. I don't know the logistics of everything there because I know.
I know that they like part own it there, but
yeah, they share with the track and athletics
track and field. So yeah,
it's sort of a hard one to really look at. But in a sense, the whole game itself was kind of messy.
Was it? What, a lot of penalties or
a lot of penalties?
In the mud?
There were a lot of penalties, which a lot of holding, full starts. The refs were throwing their flags a lot.
Nerf javelin.
Oh God, the refs.
You can't be the only people to just think of this.
No, there is
missing out.
There is a thing that we had it in primary school. It was a foam sort of javelin, but I don't know.
But that's what this guy needs to get on to because he's holding the whole sport back here. You need to realise.
But again, the game isn't. You're going to change something that's not. Yes, you'll make more money from it by having football played on it as well. But it is one of those ones. The game itself was messy. The game was a lot closer than everyone thought. And the Warriors now have to go play Bristol, but they are champions of the Premiership South again for probably like the 12th year running, I believe. Something crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what their run is, but yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's probably like the longest record that a team has won the division back to back. So they're strong. Again, Warriors are a strong team. Obviously, the mistakes that were made yesterday cannot be made going forward into the playoffs. But It depends on who they're playing. Would it be Coventry Phoenix, or would it be Manchester Titans? We won't know until 2 weeks, Saturday, I believe. So it would be they're one of the Saturday games on the 9th of August. Yes, on the 9th of August, it will be between Coventry Phoenix and Manchester Titans, who will be traveling to South London. So that would be
that's a big one. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
What was the previous score when those two faced each other?
The last time Coventry and Titans played, it was 9-6 to Coventry, I believe. It was a very tight game. Awesome. There wasn't much difference in it, but
9-7.
Oh, it's
2-point game. Coventry won. That was right at the beginning of the season. First game, week 5 for both teams.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a very interesting and fun packed game.
So they would end up
So whoever wins it is traveling. Whoever loses is traveling.
Yeah. Doesn't matter about the
Nope.
It doesn't matter about the score line. I don't think that would be. They'd be 6-1. They'd be 6-2. No.
Whoever wins, but then because there's 5 teams that everything gets.
That is right. Yeah. God.
So it will be interesting to see how that goes. But let's talk about the other game in the Premiership South. Yeah. Let's talk about the other game in Premiership South that you streamed. Coventry, Cambridgeshire Cats 19, Hertfordshire Cheetahs 9. Now, this game was for the team who was going to potentially avoid playing.
It's really complex. They both still got a game to play.
Yes.
Right.
So all Cheetahs have to do is win.
Yeah. So, and it's funny because the Cheetahs prior to yesterday had potentially 3 games left. So if they lost, then they've got the 3rd, right? Definitely. And all they need to do out of any of those 3 games is just win one, and they're staying up.
That's all.
It's still the case, but obviously it's just 2 games now.
Yeah.
One
game, no?
Sorry.
Oh wait, no. Premiership, the relegation promotion game is counted as a second game, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's one in the season. So to end the season, there's one more game.
Yeah.
So Cheetahs face Rushmore
next week.
Cats face Blitz, and
they got one more game. Wait,
both of them have got one more game.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So that's August, the August 3rd game.
August 3rd. Yeah, no, August 10th. August 10th. Yeah.
9th and 10th. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So that's gonna be.
So Cheetahs are still sort of in command, really. Like if they win that game against the Knights, then I suppose if they win that game against the Knights and the Cats beat the Blitz, then the Cheetahs lose on the head-to-head. Because yesterday the Cats won on the head-to-head. So they established the win on the head-to-head as well, because it was a 2-point difference before, 10-point yesterday. So they've got a positive 8-point difference on the head-to-head. So if these teams both end up with the same record, so if they both lose or they both win the next game, then the Cheetahs are facing whoever wins the the Div 1 South playoffs.
Yeah, the issue is both Cheetahs and Cats' last game are
at home. Yeah,
I might actually go watch the Rushmore game then. Hertfordshire Cheetahs and Rushmore. Might actually go pop down. But at the same time, it's difficult because Cheetahs haven't been playing great. And I don't see them beating Rushmore in a sense, but we will find out on the 10th.
So I don't see the Cats beating the Blitz, right? I think the most likely outcome is that they remain on the same record, and the Cheetahs are the ones playing that game.
Yeah.
However, I said this to the coaches yesterday at the game. I back whoever's representing the Premier to beat whoever's representing Div 1. That's my.
I don't.
So yeah, that's cool. We can cover that when we get to. But that's what I think. Having seen a lot of football from that, Div 1 South and the Prem South this season.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Interesting.
I don't know. Someone will probably record that and clip it and play it back to me over and over again when the Div 1 team wins, and I'll be like,
things happen.
It's just, you know what I mean? Like I'm not putting my mortgage on it. I'm just saying, that's what I think.
I definitely see where you're coming from with that. But in the North, we had 2 games yesterday as well. East Kilbride Pirates 6, Manchester Titans 12. Only a 1-score game. For a team that's about to hit that's hitting the playoffs. Well, about to hit the playoffs anyway.
Yeah, but it's been tight. It's been tight in Div 1.
Again,
I think that slightly discredits the
Titans.
EKP. They've been good.
They have been. Their record is 4-3-1. So they're 4-3-1. Coventry Phoenix are 5-1-1, and Manchester Titans are 6-1-0. So that it's gonna.
What
if Coventry? Yeah, wow. That game in 2 weeks is going to be.
Yeah, it's for whoever. Literally, it's who's traveling down to London.
Yeah.
And who's staying at home and hosting Bristol. That's the game.
And the thing is, the North has been so tight with their score lines, it hasn't even looked like anyone's really run away with most games. Because in the other game in that division, Coventry Phoenix 10, Nottingham Caesars 6. So, in a sense, both teams have conceded that yesterday the same amount of points, but Titans just got 2 points more. So
yeah,
it's
that's a good way of looking at it.
It's insane at how these two teams sort of match up. Obviously, Phoenix tying that game with, I believe it was EKP, East Kilbride. They drew a game 32-32 in the season.
Yeah, it was with EKP. I'm not sure what the score was, but yeah, those are the 2 teams that tied in that division.
So it's just an insane matchup, especially with no one getting Newcastle getting relegated. So it kind of does give Nottingham Caesars that year to sort of revamp, get better, and come back into the season looking to be strong. Same with East Kilbride Pirates, even though they weren't in contention to be relegated. But I'm intrigued to see how the playoffs are going to run as we have hit the end of week 15. And it's been
to bring up this quickly. Russ, this is the head coach of the Cats.
It's that
Cats. Yeah, yesterday, right? And he didn't realise until me and him were talking at half time. But just before the half, the Cheetahs are driven down and they went for a field goal.
Yeah.
Prior to them going for the field goal, they called a timeout. So, timeout happens. They then reset, get ready to kick again. Russ then calls a timeout. So the Cats then call a timeout. And someone from the Cheetahs sideline called over to Russ saying, "Oh, you're trying to ice the kicker." And there was just a bit of a laugh about it. And then the kicker went and missed the kick. And I said, "It worked, Russ. You managed to ice it."
Oh God!
And he didn't realise until after, when I pointed it out. We were just laughing about it, so he just brought it up
there. Prem North is weaker than Prem South. I believe that's what you're saying, Tony. If I'm wrong, please correct me.
Yeah. It is. Then, that's one way of looking at it, but also it's more competitive as well. Like, you get closer games. It's we don't. And the thing is, we don't know how the teams match up north to south until we hit the playoffs, until we see the semi-finals, and because we predict that the South has got the stronger teams because that's where the reigning champions are from. But you don't know, man. You don't know until they play each other.
It's true, and the issue that I have is I don't find. Again, you can only play who's in front of you, but at the same time, the teams in the North are going to be just that bit fresher because they've got one game. They have one game less to play, which is not. It's not.
No, they've got 2 games less to play.
There we go. They have 2 games less to play, so even more where everyone else is probably going to be a lot.
Another way of putting it is that they ripped off more because they're paying the same amount of fees, not subs, membership fees, for fewer games.
Yeah, there's many ways that we can. There's many, but Premiership isn't over yet. There is 5 more games left to play in the Premiership, North and South combined, and those games don't coincide until the 9th and the 10th of August. Now, it's playoff time.
Yeah.
It is playoff time, and we have the Division 2. We're going to start off with Division 2 in the South. The bracket, I hope the brackets are all up to date and correct, if I'm...
Probably not. No, they are.
All right. So, Division 2 South playoff bracket, we've got Hereford Stampede as at number 1. No, it's 1 and 2 regardless. Okay, cool.
So yeah, it Div 2, it's 1 and 2. In
okay.
Div 1, it's 3 and then another 3. It's weird, but yeah.
Okay. So, on the 27th of July, we have Hereford Stampede versus Ipswich Cardinals.
Yeah.
Where do you think that's going? I'm going Hereford, to be fair.
Are you?
Yeah. They just dropped. Look, the thing is, they've dropped down to Division 1, Division 2, and they steamrolled everybody.
They have. Yeah, I'll go with them. I don't like agreeing with you, Micah, but I have to. I was trying to find a reason not to.
I know. And then in the other game in that division, which is being streamed by Sport Time, it is Oxford Saints versus Cornwall Monarchs, who are, I'm not gonna lie, a surprise.
They're the bogey team, man.
Yeah. If Cornwall get through to play Hereford again,
they won't play them again, because the way that it works is once whoever wins, these are semi-finals, and they go through to a final where they play the nearest Div 1 lowest ranked team.
What?
So if you know, can you see that? Have you got the graphic up?
Yeah, I do see that Berkshire Renegades and Essex Trident are playing.
So Somerset Wyverns, they're so those are the bottom 3 teams. Somerset, Essex, and Berkshire from Div 1. Somerset, if you rank them, Somerset are the bottom, so they're automatically now through to that playoff relegation game.
Yes.
The other opponent will be either Berkshire or Essex, and they play a playoff for the playoff. So they play a game on the 27th of July.
So Sunday, yeah.
So this Sunday, and the loser plays. So the winner stays up. The loser takes the other position. Now, and then it's dependent on proximity. So because it's Div 2, it's whichever teams are closer will play each other out of the remaining teams. So it could be Ipswich, Hereford, Oxford, Cornwall, and they could be playing one of any 3 of those teams. We won't know until those fixtures have all been played and we've got the outcomes, and then you can figure out who they're playing.
Oh wow! Okay,
yeah, that's why it's had to be set up in a really weird way, and we can't drop the teams in. We know that's why they're sort of off to the side. We know.
You just don't know who
it could be, but we don't know which teams it will be.
Okay, so Essex beats Berkshire. That should be fun. Actually, I could believe that. Actually, I could believe Essex will beat them. I believe that they probably have a good enough team. And
I think that's a good shout. I mean, we should probably predict that as well, shouldn't we? Because it's a game this weekend.
Essex Trident versus Berkshire Renegades. I believe the combination of the previous 2 teams in Essex will be good enough. I think Berkshire are good Essex are good enough to beat Berkshire. And Berkshire will potentially have to play. If Berkshire's the one that loses, it will be Berkshire versus Oxford Saints. Actually, I can't even say that because the games have to be played first.
Yeah, we don't know.
This is the Division 2 is actually kind of messed. I'm gonna be honest. Wow. Okay, but let's go to Division 2 in the North, which is a lot more simpler, shall we?
Yeah,
a lot more simpler. So in the Division 2 up north, we have Leicester Panthers versus Gateshead Senators.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Leicester Panthers for this game.
I especially after Gateshead's performance the weekend just gone, and Leicester's performance, like this year, they've been awesome.
And then they will be playing.
Whoever wins that will be playing
Birmingham Bulls, who, in their eyes, they probably shouldn't even be playing.
They feel hard done by. Yeah.
So there's a lot of controversy going on there. And then we've got Humber Warhawks versus Lancashire Buccaneers. And the winner of this game will play Sheffield Giants to get promoted. I'm going to go with Humber. I don't think the Buccaneers will have enough to beat them in this game, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to go for Humber.
Predictions for the last two we did. We both went with Hereford, and we both went with Oxford Saints, and we both went with Essex Tridents to win their games in Division 2 South.
I didn't go with Oxford or.
Oh, who'd you go for?
Monarchs. I didn't go for anyone. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
All right, fair enough.
I think the Saints sorry, not the Saints. I think
Cornwall are the
Monarchs are like this banana peel that everyone keeps slipping up on, and it's like we're just not learning and just keep slipping up on it again.
Yeah, it's true, but I'll take it.
Oxford are close to my heart because we followed them through rough times in the last few years on the live streams, right? They just couldn't get relegated from Div 1 no matter what they did. And now they've had some time to come down, regroup, and first time of asking they're in the playoffs. So, they're up against a tricky team in the Monarchs. I don't think I can call it.
The only thing I would say is that Cornwall have to travel to Oxford.
Yeah.
I believe that is true. Oxford, the East is probably stronger than the West. And I don't know if Cornwall will be able to travel very well over there. So it'll be an interesting game. Don't know if it'll be a high scoring game. But I guess we will find out come the weekend. Now, Division 1 in the North. Fair enough. Division 1 in the North. The first game we have Sandwell Steelers versus Merseyside Nighthawks, looking to regain their Premiership status, trying to make it through to play Yorkshire Rams. Both teams, Sandwell Steelers didn't have a great last game of their season in the regular season. They only just about beat Northant Knights 10-6.
Right.
But I don't think Merseyside Nighthawks are that good. They are the lowest ranked team in this in the North. But I'm going with Sandwell Steelers. I think Sandwell should be able to win this as well.
Isn't Newcastle already getting relegated?
Yeah.
We assume so. That's part of the yellow card rule that was taken away and then was brought back, I was told. So according to that rule, they will be a Div 1 team next year.
Yes. I'm going with Sandwell Steelers to face Yorkshire Rams.
Yeah, I don't want to keep agreeing with you, Micah, but yeah, I agree.
Look, it's
annoying me.
It can annoy you. You can always just go with the opposite if you want. If you don't want to,
yeah, just to be contrarian. But I'm not contrarian. I feel like I've got logic to stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sandwell are like, it's not just that they're the other ranked team. They were one of the teams that won their division, right? Like they've had a great season. I think it makes sense to back them.
They've been very strong. So it's going to be tough. And then in the next game on Sunday, it is Scunthorpe Alphas versus Northampton Knights.
Awesome game.
This is going to be tricky because Scunthorpe Alphas have scored 290 points and only conceded 99, where Northants have only scored 117 and conceded 96. I don't think, as much as I would love to see Northampton Knights get through and then they have to travel up to Glasgow, I think I believe it will be Scunthorpe that will win it. I think their offense is probably a bit too high power for Northampton Knights. There's not many teams in that division in the Midlands that were good, and there was a lot of ties in that division as well, in the Midlands division. So
there was,
there was what? Sandwell had 2, Northampton Knights had 1, Surge had 1, Revolutions had 1, and Birmingham had 1. So
there were 3 games that were tied.
Yeah, so it's one of those situations where you've got to sit there and you've really got to think: is the Midlands as strong as the North? No, I don't think it is.
I am gonna go against you. I'm going for the underdog win here. I'm going for the Knights.
Okay, I'm going with the Alphas.
And you're right. Like on paper, especially for that, they've scored 290 points. They've got 191 point positive difference. The Alphas, they're flying, right?
Yeah, it's going to be insane.
Yeah, I'm going against you, and I'm perfectly going for an underdog win. That's the way I'm saying it. So I don't want anyone to think that I think, that's what I'm going. There's always an underdog winner, right? There's always one every bloody week. So
it's true, there is, but
that's my underdog pick.
Again, playoffs are always playoffs. Playoffs are who is ready to fight and
you throw everything at playoffs, don't you? Right?
Push through that.
Do or die in the playoffs.
Win and you're in. It's always a win and in. It's
win and you're in.
You're at the edge of a cliff. Can you push the other team off instead of yourself? That's what it is. It's your season ends here if you don't put 100% in to the game, and not a lot of people do that. So it'll be very interesting to see who actually comes out of that game, the winner. But unfortunately, whoever wins that game has a long travel up to Glasgow. So I don't really see the benefit in that.
Just throw it,
but you can't throw it, because the best thing is that once you win that semi-finals game, you are automatically promoted.
No.
Yeah.
Semi-final game.
Semi-finals game. Yeah.
Sorry.
If you win that semi-finals game, you get automatically promoted to the Premiership.
Yeah.
And then that's where the fun begins. So let's go to Division 1 in the South. We have Solent Thrashers in the first game versus Portsmouth Dreadnoughts. I know we spoke about it earlier. That's going to be an interesting one. It is in Solent. I couldn't tell you who would win this game, because Portsmouth have scored 212 points. Solent have scored 248 points. Portsmouth have conceded 162 points, and Solent have conceded 70 points. Now, it's easier to say that Solent are Solent in the easier division, or is Portsmouth in the easier division? Because
I think that SFC1 Central is an easy division.
Yeah. You got Berkshire and Sussex that aren't really giving up much. You got London Blitz B, who are always at the moment a mid.
Yeah, and if you look at the SFC1 West, where Solent are, you got the South Wales Warriors, the Bristol Apache, Bournemouth Bobcats. All of those teams can win on their day. Wyverns, obviously, that's probably the only team that you'd say is a Div 2 quality team.
Yeah.
So I definitely say the SFC1 West is a tougher division to win, or conference to win. And Solent have had a couple of hiccups in the season, but like I said earlier, I think they're hitting their stride now.
That's true, and it will be interesting. Portsmouth are easier apart from Wembley. It's bad. That's true. If Wembley wasn't in that division, Portsmouth would probably win it with 5. So,
are Blitz be allowed to be promoted if it was that? Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I don't know how that will work. I'll be honest. I don't think.
Imagine Blitz versus Blitz B. It'll be amazing.
I think it'll just become one team, as it was in 2013 before they split out to become one.
They have to win the
playoff game.
They just won't play the playoff game.
Yeah,
most like.
So there's always those aspects. But I probably would give it to Solent, just because I do like how Solent are. I obviously know some of the players there and the coaches. And I am going to go with Solent to win this game. But they do have to then go and travel to the Stallions, which the way they ran
which is for another day.
Yes, it is for another
day. I'm really torn on this one.
You don't like Portsmouth, though, don't you?
Yeah, it's head versus heart. You got
to go with your logic. Where are you going with it? You got to go with what makes sense to you, what is right to you.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Solent are one of my former teams as well. Well, when they were Winchester in Winchester, called the Hampshire Thrashers. Portsmouth is a team I'd love to play for one day.
Play?
You're
done.
Yeah, I'd love to represent Portsmouth, man. Like my hometown. Love it. Would love to. You have no idea how proud I am of being from Portsmouth.
Okay.
And especially with them having like so my dad was in the Navy, so them having like a Navy themed logo and exist like just sort of.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway,
who are you picking?
I'll go for Portsmouth.
Okay.
Yeah, go on. I'll go with my heart.
Then in the next game we have London Olympians versus South Wales Warriors.
Yeah.
South Wales have a very long travel.
I think O's for that is a hell of a journey, isn't it?
Very long journey. Yeah. I'm going with the O's as well, which unfortunately would mean that there would be a third matchup.
But that's awesome, right? Like two really close games, and then that's cool. I did look as that one to live stream, but it's like 2.5 hours one way, and I was like, I'm not. I just did 2 hours yesterday one way, and that was enough.
That's long, but
I didn't know Gary was based in Portsmouth.
Oh wow, fair.
Right. So I grew up. That's why I'm so hard.
Right.
Don't start with all your London nonsense. We don't want to hear that.
I never said anything. I said nothing.
Yeah, your eyes said it. Your eyes went, oh yeah, but I'm from London and we got knives.
No. But ladies and gentlemen, that is Olympians can't score if South Wales keep their run game. The run game. The thing is, so with this, I didn't see how that East Kent Mavericks Olympians game went. So,
have you talking about the South Wales game?
Yeah, but when I know what he's saying is obviously if South Wales can keep the run game going, can the Olympians stop the run game to then go? Because the Olympians have scored. Where is the Olympians chart? Because just before I start saying something stupid,
they have 118.
They scored 118 points and only conceded 38.
They conceded 52.
Oh, it hasn't updated yet. Sorry.
Where are you looking? You're obviously not looking at the Sport Tank's website. The Sport Tank's website is fully up to date.
Oh, it's up to date. Okay, fair enough. I didn't check. It's just a quick. So it's going to be a tough day. It will be a tough day for Olympians if South Wales Warriors is able to keep that run game going, because not a lot of teams are good at stopping the run.
Yeah.
And it's always crazy. Yep, again, exactly. Last year they did beat Olympians 9-0 as well. So, but I believe the game.
They won't be afraid of the game. Like they'll be up for it. I don't think they'll win it.
The only flip side of that is that South Wales didn't have to travel to Olympians. Olympians had to travel to South Wales last year. So Olympians had that long travel. So if it's the same in reverse, South Wales are going to have to be really well prepared, and obviously they're traveling early in the morning unless they. So there's.
I doubt they're doing overnight for that.
No, so it's going to be that game's going to be probably I'll probably say that's probably going to be the best game in Division 1 in the South. I think if Solent will probably run away with it against Portsmouth, but the South Wales and London Olympians will probably be a low scoring game. It is the truth, but it probably will be a low scoring.
That'd be like a true Londoner.
It will probably be a low scoring game, even though when you look at it, the division that Olympians are in is not easy, but it's not hard as well. It's sort of a mid-level outcome. You would struggle against it because I think you got 4 teams there that could play good defense, so Olympians would struggle. Now, if South Wales can keep holding that ball, we might be talking about something different next week.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Again, with not being able to watch film on every game that's been played, it's a lot difficult to really come up with a true judgment of how both teams play, how both teams are. I can only go off of the scores that I see and what they have scored and what they have conceded against who they've played against as well. So it's always a tough one.
I'm going to change to back South Wales.
You're going to back South Wales, yeah?
So, yeah, I am on that. And again, no disrespect to the O's, I love them. But your point, when you look at the opponents over the season, I think the SFC1 East, pound for pound, if you like, comparing them against the SFC1 West, has got weaker teams. So that's why I'm going for.
But if we're talking, yeah, to a point, yeah.
So like, on that basis, but neither of these teams can beat Wembley.
They won't beat Wembley.
I don't know. We'll see. Who knows?
So I don't see Solent or Portsmouth beating Wembley.
But we were talking about the O's and
that's true.
South Wales.
But the O's and South Wales will end up playing East Kent Mavericks.
People are thinking that Wembley are going to steamroll this whole thing, aren't they?
They are set up to steamroll the whole thing. They are.
They're a good side. I've seen them play over the last couple of years, but
they are the best.
No, I don't have that supreme confidence in them that a lot of others seem to have.
I think what it is they've been in the position before. They lost to the team that got promoted last year and have stabilized themselves in the Premiership South.
Yeah, that's a good point
as well. And Stallions have a great amount of players.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They have 50 plus.
Yeah, good group of guys, man.
They got 50 plus on their roster. Yeah. They've scored 408 points. I guess it's a weaker division, but they've broken the 50 point. They've broken 50 points per game, and they've only conceded 24.
Yeah.
So why shouldn't they steamroll it?
Yeah. What's that? 20? So that was that 3 points a game average. That's awesome.
Like, they've steamed. They have the should be there. Now, I'm being selfish because that means there'll be one more team in London.
London Daggers.
There won't be much traveling. But Stallions are in the best spot. To win it all. But we will see what happens. But
I agree. Like, they're the favourites, but I don't think it's like walk in the park for them. That
they will have a tough game.
People are saying. I think they've got some tough games ahead of them.
They will have a tough game because
three tough games potentially, right? To get into the Prem.
It might sound bad, but I don't think that Prem promotion game will be a tough game.
Oh, mate, me and you couldn't be at.
I don't
different places on this.
So my reason being saying this is that I feel that if it does end up being the teams that I've said, I called it from the beginning of the season, where the final would be Wembley Stallions versus East Kent Mavericks. I think either one of those two teams will take out Cheetahs or Cats.
I don't. That's what I can't wait for this. But and that game is on the 31st of August.
Yes.
I don't know if I can live stream. I come back from a week away in America for a business trip on the 30th. Well, and I don't know if I can swindle it with my wife to say I'm going to be in America from Sunday. I'll come back Saturday, and then the next day I'm going to go and live stream a game. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's like I know how, and I'm really excited about that game, no matter who is playing.
I will walk down to that game, and because again, I don't.
Well, that's if it's in Hertfordshire, which
it will be.
Likely is.
It probably most likely will.
I'll give you the kit. You can go and do it all.
I don't have a car.
Take everything to the game. Yeah, but we've got three little boys that will get bored within about 3 seconds. So no, it just doesn't work.
Stallions beat Cheetah. Yep, exactly. East Kent don't beat Kent. Yep.
East Kent have received a Q. I don't know.
So
Stallions beat Cheetahs or Cats. No. Well, I don't think so. That's why we need to have Britball betting. Everyone keeps asking me to set it up.
No,
we need to do it.
No, you have to be FCA approved and everything.
Listen, you don't know what I know is possible. I'm actually looking into it.
I also work in finance. I know.
but I've also got I've already got a lotteries license. I know a lot about licensing.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm looking at seriously looking at. I've got like a business plan for it and everything. So it could happen. It wouldn't just be for Britball, though. It'd be for any sport.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is week 15 and week 16 playoffs predictions all done and dusted. It has been a wonderful hour and 20 minutes. Thank you for joining us today, Steve. It was been great for you to jump in. Everything has gone nice and smoothly. No complaints. Everything is wonderful.
I didn't even insult anyone.
Yes, and
I don't know. I probably did. I don't know.
No one's gonna be happy with everything that has been said.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, it has been.
If I haven't told you, go and fuck yourself.
No, we went all episode, Steve. The whole entire episode.
I'm joking. I did it. See, that was a joke, and then that's what will be clipped and they say, "Did you hear when Steve said that?" It's a joke. It's a little joke. It's a funny little joke. Right, I say a lot of jokes. I'm a jokey person. That was a joke. Anyway, but yeah, I've enjoyed it. Cheers for having me, mate.
Thank you for jumping in. We had the playoffs on Sunday. Good luck to those playing in the playoffs. Yes. Those in the Premiership, you have a week off until you play your final games, and then you have your playoffs in August.
I got 2 weeks off.
Is it 2 weeks? Have I missed
9th and 10th of August. So next week's the 27th, then it's the 3rd, then it's the 10th.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, so they got 2 weeks. Yep. Oh, no, it's the 9th. Oh, right, my bad, yes.
Yeah, 9th is the Saturday game. So that means... That's the Bristol Warriors game, and we're live streaming that, and I cannot wait for that.
I apologise for that. I got that completely wrong. So Premiership, you have 2 weeks to rest up, relax, and get to training.
Don't go to training.
I want to say relax, you got training.
Eat loads of sugar, eat loads of chocolate, whatever. Get a bit fat, who cares?
No. And then to those playing in Division 2 and Division 1, good luck in the playoffs. It's going to be a fun outfit. It will be fun to see what happens. And that will be all until next week, Monday. Hope everyone stays safe. I will not be at any games this weekend because I am in Belgium at the F1. It's going to be fantastic.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
Live stream that.
God, no. That's on Sky. I'll be look out for me on Sky. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
But everyone, have a great day. I hope everyone is healthy. I hope everyone stays safe. The weather is meant to be horrible this week, but it's not raining right now, even though it said it was. But I am moving on to something else. Hope you all stay safe. Hope everyone stays well, and see you later.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.